Rusty. Just word on the 6-2 splits. I've gone with 2 locks as well, and Franco at 7. Is that more about the lineouts, those selections?
Yeah, unfortunately Peter Steph also got concussion, and we've got a couple of options at 7, but having Sos there, he's done it many times for us. He's probably one of the guys that was fittest in the team and is very close to what we have in Peter Steph. And yes, he knows what we want to do, and we all know what we did do wrong last weekend. The thing is, to know what you did wrong is easy, but to fix it is not always that easy. And we feel a guy like Sos will help us in the lineouts and in general, where the game gets a little bit loose. He can help us tidy it up.
Sorry, just in the 16.
Oh, sorry, on the 6-2, yeah, sorry. The 6-2, yeah, we feel we need that in this game. We at altitude we thought running all over will tire their legs, and we got that totally wrong, and maybe outsmarted ourselves, and they really played clever. So yeah, 6-2 here probably 4 point more the grind than a running right game, and I think the weather will also not allow us to really run around, and we were just running and not really being effective last Saturday.
Hi Rusty, we spoke about the why the what's last week. We know what happened, the line-up, breakdown, defense, whatever. But have you got to the bottom of the why?
Yeah.
Because you spoke about some shoulders and attitude. Yeah, so I'm curious what the why is.
No, obviously if I had all answers here, it would be fantastic. I'll be sitting here smiling and brimming with confidence. It's been a while since we lost, and it's been a while since the game just ran away from us in 7 minutes. So it's been really a while, and it's not a lack of feeling when that happens. But then when you go through the first session on Monday, the answer starts coming, and then we did attack today, the answer starts coming. And so why we did it, we 22 points up, and we think this is easy. And then you get a shock, and you get 2-3 concussions. And not as an excuse, it's totally on us. But we did lose Sia, we did lose Marco, we did lose Kirtley, we did lose Edwell on the other side.
Perfect storm.
So everything almost compounded, and then all of a sudden we were 14 points down, and they were just putting down the hammer. So I think as we go through the training sessions, we were finding the solutions. And one thing was, it maybe came too easy in the beginning, and then when it got bad, we couldn't handle it.
Megan, you had an extra week of getting to look at the Aussie centres, knowing that you guys are on the back foot. Do you feel you know more about them, and at the same time do you feel more of a sense of responsibility now that you're getting back into the team to also lead the guys?
Yeah, but it's tough to answer because we obviously got a chance of watching the Lions series as well. And we did that review together as centres for some of the losers as well. But yeah, there is always a responsibility, not just for me, but for Andre, for Jesse, Caden, because the 13 or whoever plays in the centre, wherever we play in the position. For us, it's always a big responsibility to own the position when we play them. We know that. But we also know that whoever playing will make, we give each other enough confidence in the league to own that responsibility, to make sure when we go there on Saturday that you are feeling 100% confident in your numbers coming.
Russ, you've made all these changes in. Do you feel, I know you like to plan ahead, and you told your guys before who's going to play the second and third test, whatever, but with last week's result, is it almost like open cards now? Guys like Thomas Latoy, RK, and them, can they push for more starts this Saturday by performing the Saturday for all that they saying going forward?
As I said, only those 4 guys would have played this weekend, if things went well, and I'm not playing. So RK would always have started, and Rowan would have started, and we like to know, like to think that those guys are close enough, and they help each other and push each other really hard. We didn't need to perform on Saturday, and that didn't happen last weekend. So if we throw out all our plans that we had just because we got beaten very well by the Wallabies, then we won't be believing in what we're doing. So we start promising 90% to our guns, what we wanted to do. So we would like Eamon and Argia and Salman is unfortunately injured now. We'd like those three guys to push each other and fight for that spot, but also share that jersey. I mean, the same with Dukes and Andre. Ethan was the other one which would have probably got a chance in this game. Yeah, so between him and Kainan and Jesse in the 13 jersey, Fukanyu is coming back now. Mapius is back into the squad, so it's nice to have the squad depth, and it's nice to play the guys and get them test caps under their belt. But I've said this a few times this week. But then when we lose, we have to break a little bit. But yes, those guys got a lack of opportunity, and I think RG hasn't started for us in a very long time. Ruan has played a lot of games for us last year against the Wallabies away. So yeah, there's a few guys that get the opportunity now.
Yeah, Damon, you mentioned you had a chance to look at the midfield Lions obviously last week. A guy like Joseph Swali, just your thoughts on what he brings, obviously he's rugby background. What does he offer differently?
I think he's very agile and explosive. Obviously he gets up in the air very well, very easily, very high. And I think we handled that quite well last week. But obviously I've watched him a bit in rugby league. I watched a bit of rugby league in Japan, and I watched him when he was at the Roosters. And it was enjoyable to watch. And like he did on the weekend, he does very well to keep the ball alive, especially in contact, and that's what he did well in league as well. So it will just be, I think for us this weekend will just be making sure that we can take his space away, but take it away together, not individually. He does have not big arms but long arms, and he can get the ball out quite easily. So, it's been cool to watch. It almost reminds me a bit of watching Israel Palau, and just bringing that different dynamic to the Australian team. So yeah, I think we handled him quite well last week. Just as one or two soft moments when he got the ball away, and obviously the intercept was pretty special as well. But yeah, we know that we have to take his space away, but we have to take it together.
I see that there's guys like Leroux, Andre Pollard, Damien, Ches and Colby who didn't feature last weekend. All of them that were part of the 2019 World Cup final team. I mean, how much of a comfort is that for you that in a game like this, which on the surface is quite tricky and slippery given what happened last weekend, that's you can fall back on guys like that in a big moment like this. I mean, not every team in the world has that.
Oh, if we win, and then we would say fantastic. That would be great. But no, Jason was injured. When we didn't take a chance on him last weekend, he was coming back from a back injury, so tries to have him back in the team. But hopefully, it's all smiles on Saturday evening. But it's going to be hard work, and that's, I guess, when you have squad depth and you're winning, then you really have squad depth. If you have a big squad and you're losing, then you only have numbers. So we must make sure that nobody says Saturday night after the game with a lot of numbers, but not really squad depth. So that's the challenge that all of us has to take together. But it is comfortable having a guy like Chisholm out there, and you see him back on the pitch. You just remind you how good he is and what he can do. But just talking about Shirley, I mean Jorgensen, if I could say his name correctly, is special. There's a few of those loose balls is very special, and we'll have to watch. And hopefully the guys can help us.
Thanks guys for running off. So please all YouTube